Hi, I'm Rob and I'm back again showing my Guild Wars battles. It's been a few months since I last showed any Guild Wars battles at all. That's because I changed to this new guild, North Star. It was a brand new guild essentially and still is only barely 5 months old. But been climbing up the brackets by the maximum amount possible every single month. And we're now at the stage where the battles are a lot more interesting with some much stronger opponents. So I'm going to start showing my Guild Wars battles again. All the previous ones were just a little bit too easy and straightforward. You could just use a quick Diamantina team, something like that, to clear most of the battles. But you can't really do that anymore. Well, you can, but you take a risk. Like, this is the defences I've got at the moment. The first one started off pretty good, 2-0, trying a few different things this month. But we're up against Templo de Vampiros and Almagocl E, or something like that. Right, anyway, up against, oh, this is a pretty dangerous team. Spirit Walker class, Moonsinger, starts battles with full mana, convert purple gems to green, Hunter's Mark the first enemy. This is one of them teams where if you just use your favourite attack green team that does things, you know, nice and powerfully and is very dangerous, things like that, that can work, but you do run the risk of this sort of team taking over, getting going with something like Todd Greenwood and getting looped to death. In Guild Wars, to stand the most chance, you do sometimes have to counter the opponent, and that's what I'm going to be hopefully doing with my team over there. Because Todd Greenwood, if he gets going, because Moonsinger converts those purple to green, starts battles with full mana, and that can kick Todd off, who can then start creating green for fun while doing damage at the same time and absolutely loop us to death until we are completely deaded, which we don't want. Javelin of Suncrest has an extra turn with that quick. Remove all yellow gems, deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by gems removed. If the enemy is from Suncrest or the battle is in Suncrest, deal double damage. But it's the quick part of that which is the thing that it likes. In fact, it's got an extra turn. Spirit Walker class, drain 2 mana from a random enemy when an ally casts a spell. Haunted Weave, web a random enemy when I summon a troop. Hopefully they won't get to do that because that is nasty. It's got a cleanse on 4 or 5 gem matches. Root Traps, our first ally, creates a Leaf Storm at the start, which is green. Gain 4 life when matching green gems, gain bonus green. Yeah, and they're starting with 20% mana, and they've got 2 Orpheus medals. Right, so interesting team this, because Phoenix is here as well. Bless and enchant a random ally when I match 4 or more gems. It can keep a cleanse going for their team as well, which is really good. And does a really high amount of true damage or does a summon. Got to rely on the AI picking the right thing here. So this is a really dangerous team. I'm going to play against here with this team here. Essence of Evil inflicts all negative state effects on an enemy, explodes magic +1 gems of their mana colour. So we can stop one of their troops in its tracks, absolutely, hopefully, while getting the freeze effect going at the same time, which is super important. But another reason I'm in Monk class is because we gain 3 mana when matching 4 or more gems, which is really cool. And we're also immune to Mana Drain, Silence, Fairy Fire, and Mana Burn. Really handy against this Spirit Walker class. Because a Spirit Walker, that drain 2 mana from a random enemy when an ally casts a spell. If we're immune to Mana Drain, then we kind of stop that as well. We'll have Snap Freeze. Freeze a random enemy at the start of battle. We are hoping that goes on one of Todd's colours to stop that loop from happening. We've got a cleanse on 4 or 5 gem matches. We can recover 2 life every turn. Blue allies gain 4 life. Rock Solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems. Secret, we have the option to loop ourselves, doing damage to an enemy but creating a load of purple gems boosted by elf allies. And it's an all elf team, so that is the maximum amount of purple. And she's immune to Mana Drain at the same time, which counters their Spirit Walker class. As does King Avalon. Does damage to all enemies, but this time we have a summon in here at the same time in case things go wrong. Do you like to have a summon in Guild Wars a lot of the time? Again, immune to Mana Drain, so that's good. And all elf allies start with 50% mana, giving us all a really quick start there. Leprechaun, I'm going to use for that start, that quick start with full mana. Explodes green gems boosted by his gold. The reason why he's useful is if we look at the starting board and there's no conversion for their Moonsinger, I can just make a normal move and leave it at that. But if they've got like 4 matches all over the place when they're converting purple to green, we can cast Leprechaun. It's a bit of a Hail Mary, but we can hopefully disrupt the board and work it in our favour. So, right, let's dive in and hope for the best. There's quite a few things got to go wrong or transpire against me to lose a battle like this, because we get first move, we've got a 50% start, we've got a freeze on them. They basically need my Leprechaun to have a rubbish cast, to shake off their freeze absolutely immediately, or the freeze to go on the wrong person, like Moonsinger or Phoenix. I know Phoenix uses brown, so if the freeze goes on Moonsinger, that'd be a little bit annoying, but hey ho, it is what it is. Let's see what happens. We get some 4 matches, that is very nice indeed. And we've already got this nice start here, so no need to actually cast Leprechaun. Right. So the 4 matches are going to give us the extra mana. Gain 3 mana when matching 4 or more gems. So if we can do that one more time, Essence of Evil is actually ready to rock and roll, but we don't actually need that. Right, but I'm slightly hesitant because the freeze did go on Moonsinger. So ordinarily I might cast my Secret next, but if she fails to loop, she shouldn't, but you have to try and bear in mind everything that can go wrong at the same time as Guild Wars, and think, what if she doesn't loop? I could cast my Essence of Evil on their Todd straight away. That keeps them frozen, unless the Orpheus Medals comes in absolutely straight away, which can happen. So for that reason, am I better off just trying to loop with my Secret straight away while there's a decent amount of purple on the board? Let's have a look at the conversion. Purple to green. Yeah, that's big time good for them right now. There is a lot of purple on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 13. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. But it's slightly nervous times, because I do want to take their Todd out of it. And it's surprising actually how well this team can score sometimes, because even though it's kind of cheesy and it feels like you're using quite a few turns, it is surprising how quickly how well this team can score sometimes. I tracked my scores when we were in the lower brackets and was keeping track of things, and I was using the different teams that are deemed to score low, like a team like this sometimes, and sometimes it actually scored surprisingly well. Right, I'm going to try and speed things up a little bit. I'm going to take that first, but I'm going to cast my Essence of Evil on Phoenix, stop any chance of a summon. And now, go loopy doopy. Nice, cheesy team. But their team was dangerous. You can take those nice skull hits that randomly come along at the same time. Shall I take that? Don't need to. No need. And another skull hit there. Nice when those random skull hits come in. There you go. Lovely chubbly. Get rid of that javelin malarkey. Oh, Phoenix has just popped his clogs. What a shambles. And does King Avalon get the glory? I think he does. That's a bit cheeky of him. I mean, I could cast my Leprechaun, I suppose, but there's not enough skulls there to finish off, so yeah, let's just get it done. Let's get that first win in the bag. Let's see what we got. 3,253 Guild Wars points. Next battle is against El Gordo. Tidecaller class, Rockstabber, Queen Bee, Leprechaun, the Wild Queen. Main threat here is Queen Bee. Even though she's not a mythic, she might as well be one, because she cleanses all allies when matching 4 or more gems, and once she gets going, she can just literally loop forever until she wins the game, literally by herself. Creates 9 green and 9 brown gems, then deals magic-based true scatter damage, in this case 100. And there are independent 40% chances to gain an extra turn and half her mana back. So she has that chance to get an extra turn anyway, but she has a chance to get an extra turn anyway because of the generation of those green and brown gems. And like I say, she can loop and loop and loop until she literally wins the game by herself. So she is a major threat. Have to counter her. Leprechaun will start with full mana and explodes, in this case, 17 green gems. And the Wild Queen can be a very dangerous opponent as well. Steal up to 41 attack, in this case, from an enemy, give it to my first ally, making their attack much more dangerous. Then create a mix of skulls and green gems. So if that spell works well, it can be absolutely devastating. So we have to worry about Queen Bee, and in particular Queen Bee, but we have to think about the Wild Queen as well, which is, well, this team is actually a good counter to this. Aquaticus is a almost perfect defense against Queen Bee. Submerge all allies when matching 4 or more gems. Submerged troops cannot be hit by damage to all enemies, so that is a really good defense against Queen Bee. And all we need is a 4 match to get that going. And she's quite handy anyway, dealing magic-based light splash damage to 3 random enemies and exploding half the blue gems on the board. But we need to think about the Wild Queen as well. In this case, I'm thinking Archer class is very good for this. Not only do we have a fast start with 50% mana start, but there's also a 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal. As well as that, we'll root trap the first enemy, which is Entangle, which means if somehow the Wild Queen gets a really lucky start, gets lots of brown, gets going really quickly, we'll prevent all that damage. But let's dive in, see what happens. Yeah, just check. Green, 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 green. Yes. Right, let's go. Right, so that's an interesting starting board because there's no obvious... We've got a 4 match here, but not a lot of green there, so we'll absolutely take that and party, get that cleanse going. So we're submerged already. We're already safe from Queen Bee, so that is pretty good. Top troop is entangled. So I think we can wing it a bit on this Leprechaun cast. Lots of green spread around all over the board, apart from this small area here, so we should get a decent amount of mana from this. Alright, let's go for it. And that worked out absolutely lovely chubbly. Right, so top troop still entangled. We are still submerged, but still don't like Queen Bee, so we're still going to absolutely stop her in her tracks. Got an extra turn out of it as well. Absolutely great stuff. Right, now let's see if Queen Bee does her loopy doopy stuff for us. She did get the extra turn. We've got a 4 match there. Now tempted to cast Essence of Evil on their Wild Queen. Then whatever Leprechaun does isn't really going to matter too much. Oh, their top troop recovered quite quick. But we can shut them down. Can either cast Essence of Evil, or we can go for it with Wild Queen. I mean, Queen Beatrix or Aquaticus. 2 of the troops are fairy-fired because of the effects of Essence of Evil, so they take 50% extra damage. This is why this is very tempting to do this, to the point of, I think I'm just going to go for it with Queen Bee. We'll grab that. Right, now they got submerged, so they're now protected from that damage to all. Or just to give them a skull bash and say, oi, get out of it, matey boy. We'll grab that just because we like it. Everybody's charged up. Going to leave that green at the top. Gives it a better chance for Queen Bee to loop if you don't wipe out the enemy in one go, but I think we absolutely are. So yeah, nice straightforward win in the end against a potentially a dangerous opponent. And that was 1,369 Guild Wars points. Battle 3 is against Jaff8826. Alright, another loopy doopy team here with double empowered at the bottom. Moonsinger. Starts battles with full mana, converting purple to green. And Daughter of Yasmin, converting red to green and starting battles with full mana. So, yeah. Chance for them to get started straight away. And if they do that, their Todd can loop like crazy. So again, freeze is absolutely essential for this, and that is dangerous as well. Tangling creates a leaf storm, damage to all. 6 green gems and skulls for every green enemy, so that's going to be the maximum amount. So yeah, dangerous team this. Need the freeze. Not going to go with this team. I'm going to go back to my loopy doopy. I'll cheese you more than you can cheese me. Mozzarella versus cheddar in the cheesesteaks Again, Spirit Walker class, like this team because of the way 3 out of 4 of our troops are immune to mana drain. We good? Yes, so we just need a decent start again. Need to get going before they do. Got to watch out for this. But we can cast our Leprechaun and see if we get lucky. Let's start with that Snap Freeze, make sure that is still there. Yes. Again, if it goes on anybody but Moonsinger, it's going to stop their Todd Greenwood absolutely straight away. There's not much green there anyway. Let's just take a look at these conversions. Purple to green is very good for them there, so don't like that. And red to green. So red to green's not a threat, but a purple to green certainly is. We can disrupt that by casting our Leprechaun. But it depends upon what happens afterwards, you see. This is a little bit of a wing shot. We can obviously take the purple anyway. So I'll take this. That green goes to there. That one comes to there. And when they cast, if they choose to cast this one, it's going to set me up a 4 match. They didn't. They've done that skull whack. Fair enough, but it's okay. Just still in the same situation. Red to green doing nothing. Purple to green now doing pretty much nothing either. So we can take this. Oh, I missed something then. They did have a 4 match. Something happened there. Right, well that was ever so slightly clumsy of me, I think. Got to get back into the old Guild Wars competitive thing. Keep an eye out. It's just been about 5 months of quite easy battles, not having to really pay attention to much. Well, they're both dangerous, but I'm gonna... Uh-oh. They got charged, but luckily he's frozen. Already slightly tentative times. Right, at least my Essence of Evil is up. That's good. Secret is also up. But there's no purple there now, so this has really slowed this up. So, their book is about to cast. Their Todd is still frozen. If I cast this on their book, it does 2 things. It stops their book from casting, but also keeps the freeze going on green at the same time. And we changed them to a giant toad. That's why I don't mind Essence of Evil. A lot of people don't like this Hex thing. Yeah, Hex, but it has a 10% chance to change it into a giant toad. Well, I like it, because you've got the double effect. You've got all the status effects on who you've just cast it on. And if they change to a toad, that's got to be less dangerous than the opponent that was there in the first place. And if it isn't, then something's not right in the first place. Right, but should we cast Secret, or shall we collect green for our Essence of Evil again? They're about to change red to green. Just not too bad at the moment. If I take this, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Sets them up for a 4 match. I'm going to do that. Oh, they should changed into a hippogriff. I do like the funny things that can happen with Essence of Evil. Right. Oh, the video is a bit stifled just because I keep on having to mute the mic now and again to get a cough out. I've still got this annoying cough. Right, I need to speed this up a bit. Let's stop this team messing around. This is pretty much in the bag now. Haven't had to use Secret yet. She's kind of a last resort. Fair amount of purple now. Don't really want Their toady thing. Excuse me. Chucking us to the back. So we'll get rid of them. They've verified, so they're taking extra damage. Let's stop them from casting anything. Lots of purple on the board. Cast this now on the bottom troop if you get any lucky skull drops. That's going to be really useful. Now we'll just finish them off now with secret and skull hits. How much have they got? 76, 50% extras, another 37 odd. Not enough to kill them all, but we can soften the first one up like that. And finish off with King Avalon if you like, or we can do a couple of skull hits. Now let's just finish off. Alright, another win. I think I did do a mistake in the middle of that game though, which I kind of got away with, so I'll take it though. Now it's 1,455 Guild Wars points. Battle 4, we're up against Vil, the champion. We've got this kind of team again. Titania's fan is different now this time. This time removes all the blue gems, cleanse all other allies, give them magic +1 life, boosted by gems removed. Right, still like this as a defense against Spirit Walker class. Same idea. Charge team up, get rid of Todd, start with a freeze. The freeze goes on anybody but Moonsinger. It's happy days. Right, we are in town. You're not too worried about that though, because we don't worry about skull hits too much with this team. Right, let's have a look at this. Purple to green. Todd is frozen, so that is ideal. So got this there. I mean, we can take it like this, but if I used brown as well, I'd probably do that because we get a brown match at the same time. But I'm going to cast this, see if we can get our team ready to go. The fact there's a Leaf Storm really helps the chances of an extra turn. Right, then Moonsinger is ready to go. Don't really want it to change all the purple to green, so for that reason I'm going to cast my Essence of Evil on them. Now time to take care of their Todd, I think. Not a huge amount of purple there for our Secret. Tempted to soften them up first with this. 15% chance to just... Oh no, not in Archer class, am I? I'm in Monk. So in that case, we'll cast this. Alright, this is one of those instances where you don't take the Mana Surge option. If you get a 5 match, it's a Mana Surge every time guaranteed, providing you're not frozen. If you take it this way, you get a normal extra turn, but we're going to get a Skull match at the same time, which is absolutely the way to go about that one. Not going to take this. This is better for our Secret. Need to take care of this troop. Very dangerous against green enemies. Do not like that. Dangerous. I'm always tempted to cast Essence of Evil on it first, just in case my Secret doesn't loop. Yeah, I'm playing it safe. Got an extra turn anyway. Fairy Fire really helps the power of our Secret dish out the damage. Seeing if anything drops a nice Skull match with a 4 match anywhere. Yeah, nice counter again to that team. Nice, easy, straightforward win. They're going to be Hunter's Mark, so they're going to take extra wallops from that. Yeah, we can finish off. And the whole team finished charged at the same time, which is nice. Good stuff. That was 1,645 Guild Wars points. So this team, even though it's a loopy team, it still scores pretty well. Right, the last battle against the Paragon, against Negri-Sama. Very dangerous team. Todd Greenwood, Doomed, Libraham, Lord of Slaughter, and Moonsinger. Moonsinger doing that fast, starting, powered, converting purple to green. Hunter's Mark, the first enemy. Very dangerous, combined with Doomed Libraham, which generates absolutely stacks of skulls and green, as well as the effect of Elementalist class. This is kind of what changes how I have to think about this battle. Because not only do we freeze an enemy at the start with this battle, which means it's going to pretty much stop my secret in her tracks, because you can't rely on Orpheus medals to cleanse you all the time. So we have to think differently for this one. And they create a Dust Storm at the start of battle, which is brown. I get a barrier when matching brown as well. So yeah, I've changed the team around slightly for this. I've gone with Queen Bee for that cleanse against Elementalist, but hopefully she won't get stunned by the Elementalist effect. If it picks on her, then can be a bit shady. I mean, I can have a second Queen Bee and rely on that, but I really like Venalis for this sort of thing. Entangle and Faeryfy a random enemy when matching green gems. Gives attack to the first two allies, life to the two weakest allies, and 10 magic to the two strongest. Not that worried about the spell, it's more that in Entangle and Faeryfire. Entangle, if it goes on the top troops, excuse me, will keep us safe from the skulls from this fella. And the Faeryfire effect will exacerbate the power of Queen Beatrix. So, yeah, pretty good. And in Archer class, we're going to entangle the top troop anyway. Oh, we don't start with the freeze, do we? Oh, nearly a massive mistake. Still want a quick start. Getting started before them is important. Might roll with that. Gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. Good with Queen Bee's loopy effect, hopefully. And we get an extra chance of a freeze as well. We get the snap freeze from the start while being immune to ourselves. Reduce damage from spells by 20%. Start with a 50% start. Submerge a random ally in 4 or 5 gem matches. Don't want that. We want control over the board, really. Bonus blue. Mystic, that helps our Queen Bee. Yeah, not too bad. Right, I think I might roll with this. Although I am tempted to go to 2 times Queen Bee for this. I know I've got Queen Bee, but I'm going to go 3 times Orpheus for this, just in case she gets stunned. Build in as many sort of counters the enemy as you can with this kind of thing. Guild Wars can't take any chances. Better safe than dead and all that. Right, so let's dive in again. So we've got Frost Mage, we've got a freeze against them. Again, only Moonsinger can prevent that freeze happening straight away. Essence of Evil can shut down this stuff. We've got a cleanse against their Elementalist. We've got lots of Entangles versus their book. Got a quick start. Got 50% start on this. Alright, let's go. If their Moonsinger gets a lucky start, then we can cast our Leprechaun. Right, let's go. I'm not 100% confident of this one. One of them things. So our Orpheus medals didn't kick in. And it is on the same colours as our Queen Bee, so it is a slight issue. Alright, purple to green. Let's take a little look. The AI does tend to cast these things right away, so you can almost rely on that happening. So, right, 3 match there. Nothing else though. And because I'm taking that and it's dropping down in red as well, I could actually still set them up for something. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to actually cast Leprechaun on this. Right, well. Of course, the 4 match from Queen Bee kicked in. Right, I've got to cast my Essence of Evil, I think, on their Todd. And I could cast it on their book, it kind of does the same thing. I'll cast it on their book actually. They're still green, you're still going to freeze their Todd. Can deal with that. Every time we get green, we get a chance to fairy fight and freeze someone. Just got to make sure I get my queen bee up, but blue is a no-go. What's the best way to take this green? We'll take it this way. Oh, that was handy. Right, Todd thinks he's going to get going, but no, he's not. Take that, Sunny Jim. Right, now everybody's fairy-fired, so this really helps the damage from my Queen Bee. 50% extra damage for that lot. And she, not only did she fail to loop, but she managed to create a hideously bad array of gems on the board. Holy heck. It's shocking. I might take this brown, drops the purple down. He's about to do that. Create 6 brown gems and convert all brown to Doom Skulls. I mean, the Doom Skulls are going to do some damage. Even though the top troop is entangled. So I've got to check this properly, actually. Well, you don't really know what's going to happen because of that create 6 brown gems, but you can actually look at what's there already. But we'll do that. Wasn't expecting them to get that. But there you go, that entangle, absolutely vital for our team. Leprechaun is death marked. We'll absolutely take that and cleanse that stuff off. Hunter's mark on that troop. You can take extra damage. Just don't like the way that right now their Lord of Slaughter isn't entangled. And he's not that far away from casting. But they're going to take the skull hit anyway. Does this kill them? What do I do? 65 damage. Oh no, it's not going to kill him. Oh, unless I get a double, a double back, which I wasn't actually looking for. Wow. Sometimes you don't want things to happen and they just do, which is quite funny. Right, so purple to green. And that's going to be good for their Lord of Slaughter there. Even a Mana Surge, I don't think is going to be enough for me to be ready for this. Right, hang on, let's work this out. So I'll take that. I'll be a couple of points shy of getting my Essence of Evil ready. If they cast this next, they will get that. But it won't be enough to charge up their Lord of Slaughter unless they get a nice drop from that. In which case, the next round, I'll be able to get this one. Alright, I think I have to do this. Yeah, it's kind of worked out as planned. So he's entangled, so he's not an issue anymore. Unless he gets a Miracle Cleanse, of course. Let's take away them brown, which will be good for the Lord of Slaughter. $148. 90. Ooh! Not sure if this can be enough. He's going to get 50% extra damage, so I'm going to chance this because it may well be enough. And was. We do that just for a little bit of variety. Chuck in a little bit of skull damage here and there is always good. But there it is, everybody's dead day on my first day of back on Guild Wars. What was that one? 1,680 points. Let's take a look at the total. And see what we get. 9,402. It's alright. I'll settle for that. Anyway, there it is. It's Guild Wars for today. I'll be back tomorrow with tomorrow's Guild Wars. So if you enjoyed this video, found anything useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.